Hello, my name is Courtney. I just barely bought this RV and I am getting ready to live in it full time with my cats. However, it is a little boring. I mean, it's actually just nice. I love that there's not grandma-esque carpet in it. Here's a good before. The thing about me is I am a really bright and bold and colorful girl, and this is going to be my home. This is my house. I can't just have this like gray particle board. This place needs to be Courtnified, as I've been calling it. So I'm going to take you guys along with me on the process of turning my house into a home. So first, before I get started, I'm just gonna give you guys the inspo. I knew right away that I wanted to do pink in the kitchen area. The place I just barely moved from, which mind you had 2 bathrooms, 2 living rooms, and 3 bedrooms, so there's quite a size difference. There's an adjustment that needs to be had. But I, in one of the living rooms, had this big, grand pink room that I loved, and so we're giving this kind of like a pink room 2.0. Yeah, I'm a pink girl, and I don't know if that's absolutely insane to be painting this pink, but I'm going to either way because I'm not concerned with being insane. So, I got a bunch of paint samples, and ironically, I hated most of these. Most of them just were not it, but these 4 I actually really liked, and I decided on this red clover. So I'm going to be doing the whole kitchen area that, and then this I'm doing, also the idea was mauve, okay? I had this vision of mauve, and this is a more pinky than purpley mauve, which also wanted it to be more pinky. And then here I'm going to do kind of a mauvey, pinky, bold, bright wallpaper, which I have already ordered. So that's for the bathroom door. And then here in the bedroom, this is my bedroom, I'm doing a dainty light floral on the wall, like a dainty light blue. This is my initial vision, right? And then the rest of the particle board area, I'm doing a cream color. As you can see here, I ended up getting one, I think the color is Nice Cream. I've got all my paint. I went and bought everything yesterday. I also ordered my wallpaper, and one of them came, which I'm stoked about. This is the first wallpaper for the bedroom that has arrived. I'm also going to do a cute seat cover on this. This comes out into a bed, but this also folds up into a table, but this obviously is ugly. So I am going to get fabric. I'm almost thinking like stripes. So that would be having a lot of patterns going on, especially because I'm kind of thinking like a red and pink stripe. But I'm bright and bold and loud, so I understand it might be bright and bold and loud in here, but it fits. It's on brand. So I just have a vision. I don't know if anyone else would come up with what I came up with. I'm sure everyone else would be like, Courtney, that sounds like a lot, but I just think it's gonna flow. I think it's gonna go. So we're gonna put it to the test and see how it turns out. I am most definitely getting a new curtain for up there. I'm also gonna get a curtain to go across this space. I'm probably gonna cover that in like pictures, but mostly I think the curtain will cover it. I'm definitely going to crochet seat covers. These things are going. I'm getting cute curtains for all the window situations because this is ugly. No offense to anyone. The first bout of wallpaper showed up last week while I was sitting on the grass meditating. A truck pulled up with this. It says your one-of-a-kind wallpaper is here. Ecstatic. This is the bedroom one. However, I also realized that I only measured and ordered parts for the particle board. I didn't get any for this wall, which is silly, but I'm gonna do that. I'm so excited to see it all together. I was so stoked when this showed up, but paint is first, so let's get on it. We have an exciting delivery that came because the wallpaper for the bathroom door has arrived, and I'm gonna show you guys. I already opened it earlier today, and I was geeking out so hard. I'm so glad I stuck with my guns and stuck with my vision because it's stunning. And it's going to be beautiful. Can you even believe this? It's so pretty. Here is the place where it will go. I'm so excited to see this come to life. Look who came to join us. Fans, what do you think? I keep telling them that we're gonna live in here. I don't think they fully comprehend quite yet. Did you guys know that prepping to paint takes a really long time? Because I didn't, but good news is yesterday, after many days and many hours of taking off hardware and taping, there's a lot of like nooks and crannies in this place. Yesterday I finished the prep work and today we got the primer on, which means this weekend, when I get a little bit more time, we're ready to put the first coat of paint on. I'll see you guys back then. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, today started with a mini crash out. Not a massive one, but a little one, because when I opened the white paint, or the cream paint, I should say, it looks stark white. It looks really white. I didn't want white, I wanted cream. And I know I'm gonna have to do multiple layers anyway, but I still expected it to look a lot better on the first coat. I'm planning on doing 2 coats, and it doesn't look good at all. It's very streaky. It's lighter than the primer, so you can like see the primer underneath it. And I just don't know if it's the right color. And I went to this place of, I don't want to do this. I am just doing it because I want it to get done, not because I want to do it. And started crashing out. But I just saw it through. I got the first layer on. I do think I'm going to take it tomorrow and have them help me like fix the color to get it to be more of a true cream. And then we'll just do our second layer then, okay? But we did it. I got through it. I decided, I had a little reset. I decided, you know what, we're going to romanticize this. We're going to turn on some music. We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun doing this. We're going to get out of our bad mood. And guess what? Now we're ready to do the pink. I wanted to start with the pink because I'm so excited about the pink, but it just made more sense to start in the back and go around so I don't like paint myself into a corner, right? So all this wouldn't be wet while I was doing this side. And I'm jazzed. I have high hopes. Hopefully I like the shade of pink because I don't like this cream, the white. Also, I was crashing out because I don't think I'm good at this. I think hiring professional painters probably makes a lot of sense. I think it's probably really worth it. There's some areas I didn't do the primer in a very thin layer. There's definitely some drippy areas. I don't want it to look like shit, and I fear that it already does. But I'm also reminding myself that I decided to do it on my own, one, because I don't want to pay someone to do it, but also because it's gonna make it so much sweeter that I did it all on my own. I will admit, I kind of wanted to call my ex and be like, can you come paint this while I sit in the front seat and crochet and we can just like chit chat. But, you know, it's gonna make it extra sweet and extra beautiful in here, knowing that I did it all myself. And the imperfections, if it looks a little bit shitty, if there's like some drips in some area, it's just sweet, right? Because you know you did it yourself. Clearly it was done by hands and not a machine, so. On to the pink. Okay, moment of truth. Are we going to like it or hate it? Ooh, I think I was spot on. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's really good. Okay, I am going to be so honest. I am having a little bit of panicked feelings
that I'm worried that I'm spending a lot of time and a lot of money to absolutely ruin this place. I'm like, okay, it was perfectly good before. Does it look absolutely insane now? I think it's just hard to fully envision it because I thought the first coat of paint would look better than it does. I knew I was going to need to do multiple coats of paint anyway, so it's fine. However, I think it might need more than 2 coats of paint because I thought the first coat would look better than it does. Like, it's still very streaky, and so I think it's just really hard for me to envision it right now. Also, when I first started putting the pink on, I was like, this shade is perfect. But now that everything is covered in the pink, I'm like, is this really tacky? Like, it's almost kind of a lot. I am just trying to trust the process. I think when the paint looks good and it's no longer streaky and I have everything decorated how I want to, the hardware's back on, the wallpaper's up, I think it'll all come together. At least we're hoping. We're a little bit stressed right now, but I am going to go to Home Depot and have them update this paint color. I want it creamier. I want the cream to be creamy. It's pretty white. I'm not vibing with it. The story develops in both good and bad ways. It's safe to say that I have been greatly humbled. Might be a little bit embarrassed as well. I took the can of what I thought was the cream paint that looked incredibly white to Home Depot to be like, could you help me adjust this color? Which, first off, he was like, no, bitch. Which, I know, I have a friend who's a man who's like, yeah, they can like lighten it or darken it, and this guy was like, we don't do that. So I'm like, okay, I thought you might be more helpful, that I'm a sweet little girl, but turns out you're not. But he looked at it, he said, that's the primer. And I said, what? Oh, I must have grabbed the wrong can, ha ha ha. Y'all, the primer I put on everything, it was the cream paint. The cream paint I put on that looked really white, that was the primer. But you know what I did say a couple times? The primer looks creamier than this. Why is this so fucking white? So that's where it's kind of good news, is I think the color of cream I got is actually good. And it's all salvageable. What I'm gonna do now, what originally had cream paint now has a layer of primer on it, so that's good to go with the real cream. So I think we're good. And I'm gonna do a layer of primer over the pink, and then another layer of pink, maybe 2 more layers of pink. So there's a lot more days of painting to go. I thought today was gonna be my last, and it's not. It's not, but it's okay. We're gonna romanticize the process, and it's all gonna turn out, okay? Okay, little update. This is what our cabinet situation looks like. So we have the best news ever, and that is that the painting is done. It's done. I got the cabinets and all this done yesterday. It looks good. We don't need any more coats, which means I can take off the tape and put the cabinets back on. However, I also understand that taking off the tape might result in a little bit more of painting needing to be done, because it might peel some stuff up. There's a lot of layers on this thing, okay? We have 3 layers of paint on both the cream and the pink sections. However, before the 3 layers of paint on the cream, we had a layer of cream paint, a layer of primer, 3 layers of cream paint. So we've got 5 layers on that guy. On this, we've got a layer of cream paint, a layer of pink paint, realizes her mistake, layer of primer, 3 layers of paint. 6 layers on this guy. The cabinets, same as this. Layer, yeah, 5. A lot of painting. I think all in all it took me 7 days. I was thinking I was gonna do primer, 2 coats of paint, 3 days, done. No, took me a lot longer than that. I'm done. I'm done with the painting. And so I'm nervous to see what touch-ups need to be done. But the end is near. The end is in sight. Except I do think I'm going to paint the bathroom still. But we'll worry about that later. We are
are making progress. Construction site update. Turns out taking tape off is also extremely tedious, if you didn't know. Yesterday we got a lot of the touch-up work done, at least a lot of the like bigger touch-up work, as well as a lot of like cleaning around in the areas that the paint had kind of like seeped out. There's still some more touch-up work to do, mostly here like on the kitchen area, but today I've got a few hours. My plan is to pick out a paint for the bathroom and buy it, but first start putting the doors to the cupboards back on. Also, in case anyone is curious, this is the combo, the magic combo that we've been using to help clean up paint from places it's not supposed to be. My friend that was helping me said, I don't think you're gonna like this, but I think it'll work, meaning I'm not gonna like it because it's like toxic, and I'm like, I don't care. Bring out the toxins. Let's do what we gotta do. I'm past caring at this point. You guys remember, I've got my trusty little key here. I'm glad I did this. I hope I'm smart enough, even with it, to know where all the screws and everything goes. Wish a girl luck. I am very glad that I decided to wait and do some of the touch-up work after I got the cabinets on, because putting them on resulted in some more scuffs. I think I might need to cover everything in a layer of polyurethane just to prevent further scuffing, because I'm nervous that this whole thing is gonna scuff so quickly, which would really suck. And it all feels a little never-ending. It seems like there's always one more step. But that's okay. We're just taking it one step at a time. And I finally feel like we're kind of making progress. I mean, we got cabinets on everything. You guys haven't seen that yet. That's really exciting. I have prepped the bathroom for painting. And I went and bought paint. So today I'm going to get primer on all of this. I picked out a purple color. I don't have the card of the exact one we chose, but you're getting the vibes. It's like a lavender, light purple, and then I'm gonna hang some like little clouds I made up from the ceiling. So I think we're making good progress. I think this week, the remainder of this week and weekend is wallpaper, but I think leading up until then, I can get the bathroom all painted and do the touch-up work as well. I will say I actually did already paint the cabinets, and they look good after one coat of paint, because apparently I've been like putting so much pressure to like squeeze paint out of the brush. I haven't been using enough paint. I have been going so light with the paint, and that's why I had to do freaking 3 coats. And I also went really light with the primer, so that might be why it's already scuffing. Lessons learned. I'm a novice to painting. I won't make these mistakes again. So I'm gonna go heavier on the primer and the paint, and hopefully we're just like one and done with the bathroom. We're making progress. It's crazy because I feel like I still have so far to go, but at the same time I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere. So I'm definitely really tired and a little bit burnt out, but we're just gonna keep pushing through because we've got a deadline. Okay, so I might have had an absolute meltdown the other night when I had my first layer of primer on the bathroom, and my friend came and looked at it and he said, "Sweetheart, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think you might need to do a second layer of primer. Even with your goals to go a little heavier, this still looks really light." And I might have lost my shit because my nervous system has not been having fresh air and sunlight and walks and meditation like I'm used to, because I'm devoting all the time to this bad boy. So I had a little bit of a reality check where I was like, all right, you gotta make a little bit of time for yourself every day, even if you're going hard on this project and you're on a grunge, because you're nervous isn't you're reactive, honey. You need some help. So I'm trying to slow down a little bit, but guess what? We have the bathroom painted, and I'm so glad I decided to just like power through and add one more paint project because look. It is really, really, really cute. So much cuter than before. I will say this needs to be replaced. I also need to do something cute with the framing of the mirror. The most exciting news of all is it is now wallpaper time. I have been most excited about the wallpaper. I'm so excited to see it in this place. I am having my friend slash ex-boyfriend coming to help because I just don't trust myself with that. I think for the sake of my well-being and everyone else's, it's best that I get some help from a professional for the wallpaper, but let's go, baby. Wallpaper day, wallpaper day, it's wallpaper day, it's wallpaper day, wallpaper day, wallpaper day, it's wallpaper day, wallpaper day. Very exciting news, and it is that the wallpaper is finished. I cannot even believe how good it looks. Well, I can. I had a vision for this, but I'm obsessed. I'm so obsessed. It is looking so freaking cute in here, and it's not even done. I have a feeling when the table's in and the seats are done and I've got cute curtains, it's just gonna elevate it so much. So much. So there's the update. And also, did we show you guys the bathroom as of recent? We got the doors on. It's looking pretty good, must say so myself. Hey, here I am with the cushions. You guys want to see before I explain the process? I'm gonna take a look-ski. They're kind of cute. So here's what happened. My original plan was just buy fabric, get a staple gun, and figure it out once it was in front of me. I had like not done research. I hadn't like figured out how I was gonna do it. I was like, I'm just gonna figure it out once it's all in front of me. And then it was brought to my attention that a staple gun wouldn't work. Apparently with upholstery, when there's like chairs and couches, there's cardboard that you staple into. Apparently you can't just staple into cushions. So then we were thinking we would just like sew cushions, but I'm like, that sounds kind of like a lot more work. We also found this thing when we were buying fabric called Stitch Witchery. By we, I mean me and my friend, who is my ex-boyfriend, who has been helping me. And then his brother was like, well, why don't you just put a piece of plywood on the back of the cushions and staple them? Why don't we? So that's what happened, okay? Let me show you. I was really overwhelmed by this, and it actually turned out great. That's the back of one, so don't judge that, if you wouldn't mind. We even got our little pockets for the seat belts to come through. And now it's time to go put them in the RV. I'm so excited to see what they look like in there. It's an exciting moment. We're like basically done with this project. And I hit the road in 1 week, which is crazy. A lot of like little last minute details, and I gotta pack up my stuff, and I'm excited to start moving in. I'm gonna start moving into my RV. Let's go. A. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Just lounging on my completed dinette. Oh, would you look at what it is? We got the cushions in here, baby. Take a look. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking real good, and I really think, I'm waiting for the post for the table to come, but I really think the hot pink table, this color, it's just gonna complete it. It's gonna look real good. And while we're on the topic of really exciting good news, guess what's in my hand? The curtains. The curtains came. I'm gonna try to start getting them up today, but would you like to see? Let's do a show and tell. Also, the packaging, so cute. She also put this in here. It says surprise from Jane. They're little doilies, like little like coasters. I don't know, what do you use doilies for? Feels like it would be a good coaster situation. I feel like we gotta get a better background. This is like the least fun part of the RV. Hold up. That's better. It's a lot cuter over here. Okay, this is the curtain that goes around above the dinette. It's really cute. I'm sad. I'm gonna have to kind of like pin it in place because I have to cover the ugly carpet thing that's right there. I'm sad though because this would look really cute hanging on like a wooden rod. Here is the curtain for the bedroom. This is gonna be cinched though. Let's cinch it now so we can catch the vibe. I also did have my curtain rod come for the curtain I sewed, and so I'm gonna get that in today, I think. Oh shit, you know, I might not have a good drill here. The good one might be elsewhere. Look at how cute! Ah! Yeah, it's crazy how the cinching makes all the difference. This one I think is my favorite. And then last but not least, we've got two of these, which will be bunched. Here's the bottom. So cute. These will go across the back of the cab. These also cinch, which the cinching again is really, really cute, but I think I might want it to reach the bottom of the floor. It might look best that way, and so I might not be able to cinch them, but we'll play around with it. We'll see what happens. I think the rod for these may have arrived too. So let's get to work. We're doing some finalizing touches and stuff today. The last thing I have to do is the mirror for the bathroom. So I'm gonna hot glue a bunch of moss on here, and then I have cute little whimsical things to add around it because we're turning the bathroom into a fairy portal, if you didn't remember. So there we go. Are we ready for the final tour, you guys? It's completed. The RV is completed, okay? And are we ready for the final tour? Okay, unfortunately, this bright sun is making this difficult. Okay, we walk in. We've got curtains up, and honestly, the table and the cute pillows add so much. When it was just the seating, I was like second guessing the fabric choice, but with everything all together, I love it. I love it, love it. I put some bedding up here and the cute curtains. It's still a mess up here, but you know, it separates the drive area. Of course, we've got the iconic pink kitchen, and I got bedding and curtains. Yeah, guys. It truly looks so good. So good. And look at how cute this is. Fancy has found her spot, and she just looks like she belongs in here. Fan! Look how cute! You just match it perfectly, sweetheart. I remember when I got the first couple coats of paint on and I was panicked that I had ruined it and that it was gonna look like garbage and that I had just destroyed this perfectly fine RV. And I literally could not love this more. It is so me. That was the first thing my brother said when I showed him. He said, "This is so you." That's actually what I think a lot of people have said. This weekend I went and took it to show some friends, which was fun. I also had some nanny kids that I have taken care of come hang out in here with me. Yeah, it just feels like home. It feels like maybe my favorite home I've ever lived in. Like, every part of it is so cute, and I'm just really excited. My last day of work was yesterday, and so I was originally planning on leaving today, but last week it became painfully clear that I wasn't going to pull that off. I still had too much to do. So today I'm working on moving in. Tomorrow I'm going to work on packing up the rest of my boxes from here, stuff that's not coming with me, putting it in storage. I also need to get the oil change and dewinterize and have my dad help me with taxes. So hopefully in the next 2 days I can wrap all that up and I can hit the road Thursday morning. There you guys have it. RV tour is complete. I love it and I'm so happy. Thank you for following along on the renovation process, and if you're interested in all my travels, continue to follow along because I'll be posting those here as well. Thank you.